What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers, they need a center. Alex Len just isn't cutting it. Fortunately, the Mark Williams situation just didn't work out. Even if we got Mark Williams, the Lakers were probably going to play a lot of small ball. And even if the Lakers did find an answer at the center position, they probably are still going to play a lot of small ball. But when you're not playing small ball, it'd be nice to have a center that you could go to that could be a physical interior presence, right? Jackson Hayes has been very good given the circumstances and him filling in and having to step up the way he's had to step up. Still don't really like him as like a starter on like a contending team, but you only have the options that you have. And I think he's been good enough, right? And I do think that he warrants that position right now, especially as a starter, right? But it would be nice to kind of have that other guy that you can lean to, especially while Jackson Hayes is out right now, and just have a guy that you can look to kind of be that interior presence, right? Alex Len just isn't cutting it. He's not that guy. I don't see him magically turning around and being that guy. There were already questions of if he even really makes sense. I don't blame the Lakers for bringing Alex Len in. He was arguably the best option available at the time, right? So it's just kind of like bring him in. He's a veteran. He has experience, big physical interior guy. But like you even saw in the Denver game, right? Like you have Alex Len on the basketball court and you have Jared Vanderbilt defending Jokic because you can't have Alex Len on him, right? Like, so what's the point of having Alex Len? Right? The other options are Christian Koloko, Trey Jamison. Now, I like both. Koloko, I thought, was actually very solid in the game against Denver. Problem with him is he's just another Jackson Hayes. And I like the idea of having those different looks, those different guys that you can throw out, right? Look at the 2020 roster. You had Anthony Davis as the skilled big man that could do everything. You had Dwight Howard, who was the big physical interior enforcer, six foul guy, give you the dirty work, right? Give the hard playoff foul, that kind of guy. Then you had JaVale McGee, who was the lob threat, the Jackson Hayes type, right? All grown up, right? The Lakers right now, their skilled version is small ball, right? With like Rui, LeBron. It's like, okay, you want a big physical guy, Rui. You want like a do-everything Swiss Army knife guy, LeBron. You want a defensive, more versatile defensive piece, Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Like you have these different versions that you can throw at, right? That's kind of like the skilled version right now. So Koloko, I like Koloko, but I just think he gives you the same thing Jackson Hayes does. He's like 220 pounds soaking wet, right? So he just doesn't give you that interior presence. So you can look at like Trey Jamison. And look, I'm not against Trey Jamison. I've talked about it, but I look at him more as like a six foul guy. Right? Like I don't think he's the savior, but I look at him as like he's the guy that's coming in, giving the hard playoff fouls, getting you the occasional flagrant, getting you the occasional technical. Nothing dirty, but just like good hard physical fouls. A flagrant in today's NBA is not a flagrant in the past, right? Flagrant, you slap somebody on the wrist hard enough, they're like teed up, right? Like so. Again, I'm talking about just like good playoff basketball fouls. He's 6'11", 270. Guy is a mountain on the interior, doesn't get pushed or bullied around. He can rebound and block shots. That's what you're looking for. But another option that kind of comes to mind is somebody that the Lakers have gone to. Like, dude, the guy has been on the Lakers like 3-4 times, if you count like the G League. And that is Moses Brown, right? Moses Brown was actually very good for Dallas. Dallas brought him in on a 10-day because they lost all their centers. His last game for Dallas, he in 22 minutes put up 18 and 9, right? So he's a guy you might ask, like, okay, well, what's the difference between him and Koloko? Well, one, he's just bigger, right? He's got the wingspan, he's 7'2", right? But he's also 245, 250. So he just gives you a bigger interior presence, right? Gives you the guy that can bang with the big fellas, right? He's listed as 7'2", 245. So that 25 pounds is a big difference. And a guy that can just bang with the big fellas, still only 25 years old. But with Dallas, he averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, a block, and half an assist in 18.3 minutes per game. He shot 72.4% from the floor. And also shot 83.3% from the foul line, too, on 1.5 attempts. He's the lob threat. He's a guy that can block shots. He's a guy that can rebound. Dallas also didn't have Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves as the guy that could give them the outlet. I would strongly consider bringing in Moses Brown. I don't know if the Lakers will. I don't know if the Lakers will go that route. I think you at least, bare minimum, bring him in on a 10-day. Right? Christian Coloco is running out of games he can play in. You don't have Jackson Hayes. Right? Even if Jackson Hayes comes back, right? Like, you're probably not going to have Rui for some time and stuff like that. Bring in, a Moses Brown on a 10-day, and let's see. Let's see what he can do. Let's see what he can bring. Right? Like, what's the worst case is he's terrible and you just let the 10-day expire. Best case scenario, what if he's great? What if he is giving you what he was giving you in Dallas and giving you a near double-double and giving you, in 18, 20 minutes of action, giving you 12 points, 8. What I think, I mean, he has the potential to be better than Jackson Hayes, right? What the Lakers need is essentially Trey Jamison and Christian Coloco fusion danced into a center, right? Moses Brown is probably the closest thing to that right now. Right? Again, 7'2", lob threat, can run the floor, 245 pounds. And he's 25 years old. So if it works, you can keep him and have him stick around. I think you give him a 10-day, especially right now. So like a 10-day contract right now, like he would play like 5-6 games for the Lakers. Right? Like give him a 10-day, not today, give it to him tomorrow, bring him in and let him get some run. Right? Why give him the 10-day tomorrow? Because then you have back-to-back games. So literally he'd play at least 4 games in 5 nights, and then you have a couple days off, and then you play another game. Like he's gonna get 5-6 games under his belt before the 10-day expires. So you're gonna get a 5-6 game sample size in those 10 days, which usually doesn't happen. Usually when a guy gets 10-day, he only gets a game or 2, if that, to prove himself. No, he's gonna get like 5 games to prove himself. And then if he's solid, right? Or even if there's kind of more you want to see, you can give him a second 10-day and he'll play 10. If you give him 2 10-days, he'll play 10 to 12 games. Right? Like that's huge. That's good enough to kind of gauge, okay, is he the guy? And it'd be nice to kind of have him as a guy that you can throw out there when need be. Right? I would rather have a guy like him and not need him than need him and not have him. Right? Like the argument is like, do you bring in Trey Jamison? Which again, I don't hate the idea of Trey Jamison. If they want to if they brought in Trey, I'm not against it. Right? I think you need to at least finish your due diligence first. I think you at least need to kind of turn over every stone and just see, like, make sure, okay, like, there's nothing here, right? People have brought up, like, Mo Bamba. Like, again, they're too little, right? Height-wise, no, but, like, skinny-wise, they're too skinny, right? Like, Moses Brown gives you the size, the length, the lob threat, the floor runner, the shot blocking, the rebounding, right? Like, I think Luka would make him probably a 12 to 15 point a game guy. Right? Like, got to keep in mind, again, Moses Brown has been on the Lakers several times. He's even been on the Lakers G League team. Lakers didn't have Luka, whose favorite option as far as assists go is that lob threat pass, right? Collapse the defense, throw it up, have the guy get up there and go get it. I mean, look what he's done with guys like Daniel Gafford. Daniel Gafford was, pedestrian. I mean, he was solid, but he was pedestrian until he went to Dallas. Then it was like, dude, where did this guy come from? Right? No one was talking about Daniel Gafford to the level that we're talking about him now. Right? Derek Lively, same thing. I think a guy in Moses Brown solves a lot of the Lakers' issues. I think Moses Brown is at least worth a look. He's a guy that I think on this Lakers team, on this Lakers roster, give you a near double-double in limited minutes. Even if he's just giving you 8 and 8. Let's say he plays 18 minutes a game, right? Jackson Hayes plays another, 18 minutes a game, and then you're playing small ball, right? For 10 minutes or whatever. Or 12, what would that be? 12 minutes, right? That's fine. I you you can kind of, again, on certain nights balance that. Okay, well, let's go with Moses Brown, or Moses Brown's killing it, all that stuff. But like, that's all you really need. Just a guy that come in, give you 8 and 8, block a shot or two a game, be a deterrent on a couple other possessions, and you're in the money. Right? I mean, look at guys like Jordan Good. Look how good Jordan Goodwin's been for the Lakers, right? Like, there's those diamonds in the rough out there. You just got to find them. I think the Lakers should at least consider it. You need bodies right now. Bring a guy in on a 10-day and just see. Look, let's see. Worst thing that happens is it doesn't work. Worst thing that happens is it just, the 10-day expires and that's it. Like, hey, thanks for your service. Better luck next time. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass question you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Agree with me? Disagree with me? Kind of mixed in the middle? How do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it either way, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.